Mr. Fowler?
Yeah.
Mr. Larrabee?
I'm present. All right, moving on. Item number 1, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to promote the city of Alexandria by entering into all contracts with bands and vendors for 2020 events and other matters with respect thereto. It has come to my attention that the administration wants to delay this matter until January 13th, 2025. Is that correct, Mayor?
I removed it because I thought the title was, that's not the title that I would want to be approved. This is supposed to be specific to certain events. I asked to remove it myself.
Okay, all right, but what we'll
I just
do-
didn't like the way it was worded.
Okay.
That's not how I would prefer to do that. I think that there's a better way to do that.
All right, well, what we'll do is we'll remove it from the committee agenda.
I think that's fine. I think Donna put it in January. Trey just told me, but I'm going to send down a substitute title that's more specific and has some more opportunities. Each year we wait to get some input. I think people were very happy with the FETs. I'm specifically talking to Gary and Cynthia about bands and stuff, but it's really supposed to be limited to those events that are serial events. This is too broad. I caught it myself and I removed it.
All right, well.
I didn't know there was controversy with it. I understand there might have been, but
All right, well, what we're going to do is whenever it's placed back on the agenda, Madam Clerk, I still would like for it to put it in
Absolutely.
committee for it to be discussed. So we're going to pass item 1 until January 13th, 2025, and the 2026, and the mayor will, I guess.
send out a more specific title that's a lot more finite in its scope.
All right. All right, moving on to item number 2, to consider final adoption of an ordinance relative to the Alexandria Healthcare Initiative, LSUA, to authorize the mayor to execute on behalf of the city those necessary or desirable in a governmental cooperative endeavor and joint service agreements and other contracts related to the Jackson Street Allied Health Downtown Health Services Central Capital Improvements, more particularly described as local or non-state capital project matches, to authorize the project LSUA Downtown Health number 19-602-23-01, F 19002498, authorizing the expenditure and encumbrance of budgeted and prioritized funds, authorizing agreements, commitments, and drawdowns with the state of Louisiana through the Division of Administration and/or through the Board of Supervisors of Louisiana State University and Agricultural and Mechanical College, LSU, and/or through and with LSU Alexandria or its foundations and other related parties and contracts, and otherwise providing with respect thereto. Okay, that was a mouthful.
Yes, sir.
Mayor. In essence, tell us what this is about.
Absolutely, Mr. Chair. So it's a useful one when you have a large title to explain. We can use this as sort of an example of explaining how a title works. So in the first one that I asked to take off, while the title is short, it is a large scope. And so we didn't like that one. And this one, you see a very large title, and each of those clauses in the title addresses something that then the ordinance is authorized by that title to do. So while all of those things are there is to allow for a situation in which a project of this size, you don't know who your ultimate contracting party would be with. Would it be the state through the political subdivision known as the Board of Supervisors for LSU? Does LSUA as a unit of that board have its own separate juridical authority to contract, which we think, Trey, not? Or is it the state of Louisiana through something else? So the broadness of the title is actually specific. Each of those clauses would allow it. Now going to what we know we're doing. I sent down a syllabus to each of you last week, and I texted a few folks. I think I sent it to Cynthia, to the Madam President, this syllabus that explains the project. The front page looks exactly as the cooperative endeavor will do. So while we have these authorizations, we would not be contracting with the foundation of LSU. We would be going through the Board of Supervisors.
Okay, but Mayor, from the fact sheet, it looks like we've itemized $3 million.
We have, in fact, in each budget since coming back, and in the most latest budget amendment, there has been appropriated since your last since the last budget for this year on Section 8, we have as a priority 1, the LSUA Medical Allied Health Complex.
Okay, but Mayor, what's the $3 million going, what's the $3 million going to be used for?
Our local match toward a $40 million project downtown.
All right.
So where the AC Buchanan building is, right across from the blood donor center.
Plasma center.
Right there, you see that older building, and there's a vacant property. Those two properties together will be a state-of-the-art allied health center. So that's nursing, radiation technologists, all those things other than doctors that would be trained there. And the renderings are unbelievable. So it's a $40 million project. We are the single biggest as the city participant in the joint service as a single participant, but we're not the total. So
now,
we're 3.
Now, is the AC Buchanan building going to be raised and replaced?
I think they're going to probably conserve aspects of that. I did not see it raised to the ground, Trey, but it's possible that they would. They opened bids on the 10th of December,
Okay.
and we'll see if it came in within the bid specs. But just imagine, in fact, we're going to bring some posters that we're asking them to show you guys that we're going to stand up here and at City Hall. But the LSUA letters and everything will face both ways. So you will see that from the interstate. This is going to be a $40 million project in downtown.
Now my question, Mayor, is what's actually going to happen with the $3 million we've allocated?
So our $3 million has to go into the match for the physical project itself.
So we give it to the state, and then they do what they want to do with it.
And when I say state, just to make sure, Board of Supervisors could be the representative of the state, but it's not quite that way since we're public. Everybody else, so we wouldn't raise money from CLECO, other people contributed. Theirs goes to the foundation to be held. Because we're a public body, ours is in the form of the cooperative endeavor, which we provided to you. Ours is, I won't call it last in, last out money, but close. Because we're a public body, we can't just give $3 million, and we shouldn't, because the state has its own fiscal funding rules. It could change its mind, if you will. So our money is last in money, and we've outlined those deliverables to you. They have to meet certain milestones and agree to do certain things. Hiring things local, meet certain goals for the school, and they have to reach certain milestones of building so that we know that all the state money has reached a priority 1 before our match goes in.
Okay. You said
It's just smart to do it that way.
say hiring locals. What does that mean?
Well, we're going to have some goals and initiatives that they're creating nurses that'll stay in there. The whole point is we have a shortage or dearth of nurses. So we want to see them make their bona fide efforts to meet our goals for keeping nurses local, providing incentives to keep people local, making sure that we're getting people who are local that are able to go there, go to the school and participate. We did the same thing for LCTCS when they located their campus, the same rough amount of dollars. It was a little different because we had a lot of property we could provide in that one. This one, they have the property donated to them. There were a number of ways to do it, and this seemed the easiest way. We have approved this. We have talked to the Commissioner of Administration, the governor's number 2 for these projects. Everybody is on board and ready to go, and they are okay and understand that the city cannot give $3 million. The city has to do it in tranches. So if you will.
So what is a tranche?
So a tranche would just be big amounts, but not all at one time. So they have to meet a milestone and they get one tranche.
So
They
1
meet a
million,
second
1 million,
milestone.
1 million, something like.
Something along those lines, but it's, I can tell you what they are exactly, and they're in your packet. So the sum of $500,000 upon groundbreaking. So that means they've made it past bids, all the contracts are in place. We can all, as the public, judge that those things on track. Our first $500,000 goes in on the real groundbreaking. We have a definition internally for that. The next sum of $1 million would be on the architect or engineer certification that the project is 20% complete. Why does that matter? Well, if you think about how the state funds things, you've got to move money into priority 1. If you have money in priority 5, you may satisfy some constituents, but that's not real money. That's a promise to think about giving you some money one day. So we know at 20%, the state is all in. They're having to move their money and get there. The balance, or $1.5 million, is not paid until the project is 50% complete. At 50%, the project's going. There's no way to stop.
Okay.
So we're the last 3 on all the local matches of 40 million. Plus, in addition, we've provided to you, all of you, 2 executive summaries. The first one, all on one page, the letter of commitment, how we do this through the drawdowns. The second, the maximum amount is $3 million, and they have to meet the milestones. Fiscal funding, we do have, Mr. Lawverdane, as the state would, our own fiscal funding clause that says if someone is not meeting their deliverables before we finish this legislative body can not fund in the next year. If they didn't go to bid, or they then just said, look, we're going to hold the $3 million. We may build this in 10 years. We're out, and our money is back. So it is stacked where they have to go forward on the project.
Right.
And then they're the obligation.
Is it possible that $3 million commitment could grow?
No, that's our maximum stated amount, and that's the project amount. We would not, there is no circumstance under which your legislation authorized today allows more than $3 million. Not from the city.
Any questions? All right. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Lawverdane.
Thank you, Mayor. All righty. Item number 3, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing annexation of 6.896 more or less acres of land, tract of land located at 2711 North MacArthur Drive and part of lots 54 and 55 of Experiment Plantation situated in sections 18 and 19 of Township 4 North, Range 1 West, Rapides Parish, Louisiana, AC1, Limited Commercial District, MFO, Multifamily Overlay District. Zoning classification is requested upon annexation for the development of a nursing home facility. All right. So in essence, what we want to do is include some land. We want to add some land and rezone it.
Next to, along Bayou Rapides, there is a piece of property that, for whatever reason, is not in the city
Okay.
and hasn't been. It was, some of the councilmen may know some answers that I don't, but apparently the owner at one time did not want the property in the city. I would imagine it was a belief that that was a tax harm, when in fact it would have been a help, a gain, but people don't always believe that. So that property remained an island right in the heart of the city. I have heard through whatever you want to call it, people, this is not the Pentecostals of Alexandria, and I was asked to make sure that was clear. They are not getting in the nursing home business or doing anything with nursing homes. The property transferred to them long ago. The church proper owns the property, and so as the owner, to sell it to private developers to develop a nursing home, the church must ask for the annexation to bring it in the city so it can be the development. It is not a POA development. I thought about not bringing it up since it wasn't brought up, but because there's been so much talk about that, I wanted to make sure people understood that because that community is big enough where even members, I think, were hearing things. So let me just be clear, it's not a POA development. The POA owns the property and is simply changing the annexation so it can then transfer it as in the city to the development that will be developing a nursing home. The nursing home development value, Mr. Lawberdane, I don't have it in front of me, but if you look at what we're doing on Versailles with that nursing home, which is one of Mr. Price's, and two other ones, you're talking about roughly, these are 40 million apiece projects or more. I don't want to state it today exactly, but among three of them, you're going to have a lot of significant development in these.
Right. Do you know how many residents will be at the nursing home?
No, I'm sure they have an amount. If you think about what's happening all throughout the parish where these were, they're coming into the city.
And why is that?
Because it's ingress, egress. We're also wanting that here. Those are high value properties that allow people easier ingress and egress to their loved ones who are there. And it certainly fits with our Nehemiah and healthcare. So we want to incent that as much as we can.
Now, has the city had any interaction with the new owners?
We have with regard to the first one on Versailles. We are working a third one that is not, we don't know their full plan yet, but we're working on a third one in the heart of the city. That will be great if we can land that too. And with this one, the first interaction is this interaction to approve the annexation. The annexation goes forward, we can look at any other needs they may have. Without the annexation, I don't know if they would do the project or not.
Do you have any idea?
Maybe a condition of the site.
Yeah. I mean, we don't get into the private side until they're fully, this is all about annexing a property that should not be in the city anyway. It should be in the city. If you look at it on the map, you're talking about an island right in the heart of the city. There's no reason for it not to be, except that the owner prior to POA, who I'm sure had a transaction with them, just looking at who it is, his name, didn't want it in the city.
Do you have any idea how many jobs it will create? You don't know that.
We just wouldn't have that yet.
Okay.
This is just, but we will. And especially if they were to seek any other incentives from us to build it at a certain level, then like LSUA, right? We would get together, legal and us, and come up with those deliverables. Okay, if you promise to hire this many people here, then we can think about X or Y or Z. We're just not at that point yet.
Okay.
Well, the residents dictate the employees too.
Yeah.
Mr. Villard?
I was told that the beds come from out of way out of the city nursing home, and it was transferred to this when the baby in town.
Certificate of need is coming to the town.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So it's more people coming on in.
Okay.
Bigger tax base for us.
All right. All right. And more jobs, hopefully. All right.
And I'm happy to bring that back, some data on what a nursing home of this size brings in general, and then we can get specific as they decide. But Jim is correct. I mean, I didn't want to get in their business too much, but it would be my understanding that out in the parish, there's one that will now be here, and that will no longer be the case, that they're not doubling up. There's only so much census you have, and we would be getting those here. So all told, if you get all three, you're talking about jobs and a lot of value.
Are there any other questions?
Motion.
All right. Got a motion? All right. All right. Thank you very much. Legal committee is adjourned.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mayor.
or rebroadcast may be viewed on Optum Cable Channel 4 and the City of Alexandria website. We are going to have the invocation by Ms. We have the approval of a minute taken from a regular
Roll call.
meeting.
Roll call.
Roll call, I'm sorry.
Mr. Johnson?
Here.
Ms. Felter?
Here.
Mr. Green?
Present.
Mr. Fowler?
I'm here.
Mr. Valor?
Here.
Mr. Lawrence?
Here.
Ms. Perry?
Here.
Madam President, you have a quorum.
An approval of the minutes taken from a regular meeting held on November 18th. I need a motion and a second.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilman Green. Public comments, what section of the written minutes would you like to make a comment on? If anybody has a comment on that. If not, in the written minutes, there will not be any discussion or comments, only on the minutes only. If you have any questions pertaining to any items on the agenda, please contact administration before or after the meeting. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. A, motion by the councilperson to reconsider ordinance number 124-2025 to award Masonic Sports Court.
Move.
Motion by Councilman Valord, motion by Council Fowler and second by Council Valord. We have any public comments? Discuss. Trey?
Yes, ma'am. Madam Chair, the city engineering department noted that there was a typo in the adopted ordinance. There was the bid that came in. It should have been $881,094 rather than $811,094.
Did you repeat that? Repeat that?
Yes. The base bid that was adopted was not consistent with the bid package that was attached. And it's a typo. And we're asking for reconsideration to correct so that the base bid price will go from $811,094 to $881,094.
Right here.
And that changes the total price to $992,716. There's no change in the actual bid. We're just trying to get the correction for the amount of the contract. The money's budgeted.
So it was just a
came within
typo?
budget.
Yes. Typo. All right.
Okay. You have any public comments, discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
F, public hearing. A, to hold a public hearing concerning amending and reenacting Article 3 of Chapter 2, Section 2-46 through 2-50 of the Alexandria Code of Ordinance relative to City Council District, repealing ordinance number 37, 2024, and reenacting City Council District boundaries and descriptions in ordinance number 153, 2022, relative to redistricting and reapportioning City Council District 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, as shown on the map titled City of Alexandria Council District, prepared by the Office of City Engineer to provide for effectiveness and other matters with respect thereto.
Need a motion, please? A second?
Second.
Motion by Councilman Valord, second by Councilman Johnson. To open the public meeting. Have any public comments? Discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Public hearing.
The public hearing is only to be commented from the citizens. There will be no discussions. Each person will have no more than 3 minutes to make a statement. The public hearing is now open.
Now open.
We signed up for the thing. There's a list over there.
Sorry about that, Mr. White. Jay, I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna work.
You're good.
Hi, everybody, today. We talking about the redistricting this map, right?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. And John's came to us, he's like, man, you need to talk to the people to keep your areas. So I decided to keep a lot of my people because I was just coming into my seat. And so they wanted me to give away 1,800 of my black constituents to another juror, but I couldn't afford it because I know I need to stay in my seat. So when we came about the mayor getting the maps done, I wanted to make sure that we were always correct. And I talked to Matt multiple times, many times about this map. When they changed the map from the city of Alexandria, we figured it was going to be right because I share 62% of that district with 3 jurors, which is Ms. Lizzie Felter, Mr. Green, and Mr. Malcolm. So I know I had to make sure we all stay together to maybe take care of our constituents. Change the map to Ms. Lizzie Felter away, it hurt the district. Because now I'm gonna have to go and fight to speak to other constituents that I still had, but they were feeling like they were wronged by changing the map. And I'm being very transparent to the public that I don't have to hide nothing that was done because it wasn't fair what was done for her. When I asked the question, why? Mr. Johns gave me an answer, said that they talked about his job. They talked about his job. A young man make a lot of money, and they wanted to take his job. So when we talk about transparency, let's be transparent. Because y'all hold us black elected officials to a standard, a high standard. We got to prove our everything we do got to be proved by the public. All you worthy of being elected to the seats. All we worthy of doing is doing that. But we make changes, and then you got other people fighting against us. That's a problem to me. But when it comes to her, or whoever elected, it's cool. We just elected to the seat and it's fine. So I got a problem with that every day. And I wake up and I got to fight to prove that I'm a great elected official. Because I know I'm good at what I do. But I asked the question today, Ms. Lizzie Felter, but you sit in the seat today. What have you done while you've been here in the seat? What have you done for your district? I never seen you in the district that you share with me. I never seen you talk to the people that I talk to, which are all black and white people. So me personally, I think the best representation is someone who's always out in the public. We out feeding people. We got to spend all our money. For my little $1,600 check, I make $1,600 as opposed to jury. That ain't no money, but I give it back to the community. Let's do what's right. Go back to the old maps because that's what it was made for, gerrymandering.
Thank you, Mr. Scott. Ms. McCall.
Good evening, everyone. Everybody knows who I am. So I'm looking at the numbers here that was used to make this change. We moved this decision that was made illegally according to your own home rule charter, and the violation that was that took place with the behind the scenes negotiation that was made. You moved over 400 and something people from one district to another, and these people didn't even know this was taking place. They were at the number, according to what the census has to be, they have to be as closest to 9,182 people per district. We have 5 districts. When Ms. Felter and her little cronies got together and went behind everybody's back and did this, they moved people out of their district without them being notified. When are we going to stop this? When are we going to start taking in consideration the citizens of Alexandria? It just seems like a lot of power play is being done and the people are the ones who are the victims of the power plays. We moved people out of their district for one person. For one person. When are we going to stop? Alexandria has a lot of potential, but it has a stranglehold on it because only a certain amount of people can say something and make things happen. We're not even taking in consideration what everybody else wants. It's only a few people who can make choices, and the people don't benefit. So when you make this vote tonight, please take in consideration the people who are going to be affected by what took place. The transparency, like Mr. J. Scott said, it needs to be for real. We say that word so loosely and we don't even see it. Nobody's transparent. Everybody's doing things behind closed doors and negotiating and doing all these things, and the people are the victims. I'm not going to say they're the ones who's benefiting from it. They're the victims. When are we going to stop doing that to them and give them what they want? As a city, when are you going to stop? Alexandria has a lot of potential. And you guys know I talk about Alexandria all the time. It has potential, but you guys got to get that grip off of it and let it grow. And quit putting the power in the hand of 5 or 6 people to make these decisions for the whole city. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McCall. Ms. Bell. Sorry. The ordinance number 37-2024 to withdraw the municipal district map is illegal. There is no legitimate justification to withdraw the district maps prior to the next census of 2030. New municipal district maps are drawn once in a decade, every 10 years, initiated by the decennial census data. The 2022 municipal district maps were drawn in accordance with the city charter, state statutes, and federal laws, specifically the Voting Rights Act following the 2020 census. The 2022 municipal maps are fair and equitable. The maps 2022 were available for public viewing for 97 days from June 1st to September 5th, 2022. The 2022 municipal district maps were not challenged on either of the 3 criteria: race discrimination, process, procedural violations, or local, state, federal law violations. The 2022 municipal maps were approved unanimously on September 6, 2022. 5 of the sitting council members voted for the new maps: Fowler, Vallard, Rubin, Washington, and Ms. Perry. All challenges to the adopted maps must go through the courts. Elizabeth Myers Felter circumvented the process of a court challenge to the adopted 2022 municipal maps by using the position of a council member to put forth any ordinance to change the district boundaries without legitimate justification. Elizabeth Felter initiated the redrawing of the municipal district maps for individual preference, personal gain, political advantage. There was no discussion or redrawing the district maps in an open meeting of the city council prior to the initiation of the 2024 redistricting process. The issue of redistricting did not appear as an agenda item for discussion, public comment, or vote to approve moving forward with the development of the new 2024 district maps to replace the existing 2022 maps.
council members from District 2 and 3 did not have any input into the development of the 2024 municipal district maps, even though their districts were specifically impacted by the change in boundaries.
Thank you, Ms. Bell. Mr. White,
Thank you, Madam President.
you're welcome.
And Jay, I'm not gonna knock it off this time. My name is Mr. Cornelius Lawson White Jr. I live at 3638 10th Street in Alexandria, Louisiana. Been a resident for 64 years here. My phone number is area code 318-446-6934. I'm open and honest to everybody. And y'all know what happened to me. I got beat down for just
Mr.
asking a
White.
question. I know, Ms. Perry, I know, but you're not doing that. But that
No.
happened during the last council.
But-
Hold up, Ms. Perry.
No.
I'm gonna get to my point. I'm gonna get to
Get
my
to your
point.
point and not the beat down.
Well, I want
Huh?
people to know about it because
Well, you
thousands,
say it
not
enough.
tens of thousands have seen that.
Mr.
And it may be a federal lawsuit
Mr.
next
White,
year for our
Mr. White,
250th anniversary.
You're speaking on the
I'm
redistrict,
speaking
okay?
on we should have
Okay.
never done this. A
Okay.
guy threatened to burn down this whole town behind this. And y'all didn't arrest him, but you had me beat down and hauled off to almost jail and everything. Not you, Ms. Perry. I'm talking about
But,
Jim
Mr.
Law.
White, we need to know
I know, but
about redistricting.
I'm talking about the redistricting. It should have never been changed, Ms. Perry. I know
I agree.
they were talking, the young lady was talking about you made that vote. You should have voted against that. I like Lizzie Felter, but this was wrong. The man had told us how them maps were supposed to be and everything. That young lady said you violated federal law, so you may be sued on that. I mean, you just can't do, and see, when people see they get beat down, they don't want to come to the city council meeting and make their voice heard because they're scared. A lot of people out there are scared, ma'am. And I hope y'all open up them warming centers because it's going to freeze at night. We don't want none of our residents to freeze. But like I said, all of this stuff was handled wrong a couple of years ago. And people are watching Alexandria now. Like I said, our 250th birthday is next year for America. It may be some fireworks going on around here. So God bless you, ma'am. I'd like to talk to the news media, so keep your thing on after this is over with. I'm running for mayor, and I don't see the mayor here, so where's the damn mayor? The mayor need to be in here too. There you go, baby. He may be watching, but he needs to be in here because he never takes questions or nothing. He promised to go on 9:70 a.m. and take questions. Stephen Maxwell, you need to ask him that. Them white folks are asking, why doesn't the mayor come on every so often and speak to the people?
Mr.
9:70 a.m.
Mr. White,
I'm just telling you.
I know what you're telling us, but your 3 minutes is up.
Thank you, man.
All right.
God bless America.
Thank you.
And God bless us.
I'm with you on that one.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we don't have any more. So I need a motion and a second to close the public hearing.
Move.
Motion by Mr. Fowler, second by Mr. Lawberdane. Public comments, discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Public hearing is closed.
G, consent calendar, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for petroleum products for various departments. Number 2, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for electric utility right-of-way emergency services. Number 3, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for service utility body. Number 4, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to provide funding for the local match for the Louisiana Watershed Initiative project and other matters with respect thereto. Number 5, introduction of an ordinance rescinding ordinance number 18-2025 for qualified valve exercise program services. Number 6, introduction of an ordinance rezoning property located at 1734 Abbott Street, Alexandria, Louisiana, from a SF2 single-family district to a B1 neighborhood business district. Number 7, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a corporate endeavor agreement with Pafford Emergency Medical Service to support emergency medical training program with the Alexandria Fire Department. Number 8, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to renew the current contract for disaster debris removal, reductions, and disposal services. Number 9, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to renew the contract for emergency debris removal, monitoring services. Number 10, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the final renewal for mixed debris removal and disposal services. Number 11, introduction